Today, just like to give a case study of one of the coaching and counselling people that we saw. One was a chap who was an environmental scientist who had had great success where he was working overseas, and he was very well respected, he was sought after, he was making breakthrough projects being accepted by various communities in a country overseas. He came here to Australia. He was coming here for a promotion and thought that things would be going really well and swimmingly, only to find that the person that he had above him was a completely different type of person. The fellow in question was a man who was type of personality where he was extroverted, he thought bigger picture, he did a lot of his decision making on feelings, and he was quite goal directed. Liked to motivate people, and in his new leadership role he was hoping that that would be a very beneficial thing to do. Unfortunately, the person who was actually above him was a person who was an introvert, who paid great attention to detail, was a thinker, not so much a feeler in making decisions, and was also very goal-oriented. But this meant that the person was much more of a micromanager, despite the fact that they'd actually come to be the leader at a national level. So this meant that there was quite a lot going on between those two people. The new fellow who was coming on board was seen to be somebody who was stepping outside of his responsibilities and trying to change things that was felt he had no right to do. So he then became anxious and his performance went down. He didn't perform as well as he had been performing overseas. People were questioning why was this man brought in, until eventually he took time off, and of course that was seen to be a very negative thing to happen. He was not sleeping. It was putting pressure on his family who'd come from overseas, who were having some difficulty integrating here into Australia, and questions were being asked as to why he should actually stay in this international company, but he'd be located here in Australia. So he came along mainly because his doctor thought it would be helpful for him to get some assistance. He came along, we talked about the psychology symptoms that he had, but then quickly we got on to the organisational issues, specifically how he was going to deal with this particular person who was above him, and how he could possibly turn things around given that there'd been this disastrous start. It happened very quickly. He realised the type of person he was dealing with and changed his strategy. At the same time, we were giving him some assistance as to how to deal with some of those counselling issues, which came back to his own personal style and how he could deal with people similar to his new boss, but in different environments. So I'm Joni Bryan-Power. I'm the principal and owner of the business Hyer. We're located in Brisbane, Australia, and we have a service that's provided all over the world, but our actual office locations are in Brisbane City and an inner suburb called The Gap, Brisbane. Our phone number is +617 3312 3777. Our website address is www.hyerpower.com.au. And if you'd like to contact us, please write to Jan at Hyer-Power, JANN, at hyerpower.com.au, or Joni, JONI, at hyerpower.com.au. We look forward to receiving any questions that you have to ask, and would be very happy to help you in any way that we can.